Allegiant. I've never had a strong desire to fly them before, honestly. Initially, they may seem like just your typical European-style low-cost carrier. They fly at rather odd times of day to secondary airports, focusing on low fares and extra gotcha fees. But it's actually quite the anomaly. Its revenue during the pandemic was actually above 2019 numbers, and it was actually profitable in the 2021 fiscal year. How can this be? Some folks find it all rather confusing.
They're one of the most profitable airlines in the United States. How? I have no idea, and it just hurts my head to even think about.
Well, fortunately for you, dear viewer, understanding the economic underpinnings of major companies is quite literally my day job.
I'm a professional. This is what I do.
So what makes Allegiant so different? And more importantly, what's it like to fly them? Let's find out on this trip from Chicago to Savannah, Georgia. The first thing one should do when trying to understand a publicly traded company is read the 10K. Part financial statement, part company propaganda. It outlines how the company operates, how they make their money, and how they are different from their competitors. And immediately we can see a difference in the company name. Allegiant is not an airline. They do not see themselves as an airline. They are a leisure travel company focused on providing travel and leisure services and products to residents of underserved cities in the United States. What makes them different from other airlines? Well, they even put it in a handy chart for us. They only target leisure travelers. They focus on small or medium-sized underserved markets. Just look at their route map. Besides Chicago Midway, they also fly to the nearby towns of South Bend, Indiana, Rockford, Moline, Peoria, Bloomington, and Springfield. Who the hell wants to go there? Well, nobody. But people in those towns want a vacation, and thus Allegiant flies from these cities directly to Florida, Phoenix, and Las Vegas. The strategy is very clear. Get people from the north down south for some sun. It's even in their logo. Routes to just these 7 leisure cities on screen account for 61% of their flights. They face very little competition on these point-to-point routes. Only 17% of routes have any competition at all. You won't see Allegiant flying between major cities anytime soon. Their schedule targets leisure travelers who are more flexible. Flights aren't daily and depart at odd times. My flight to Savannah departed at 10 a.m. on a Monday. Right now, the flight isn't even operating. Starting in April 2022, it'll be on Sundays and Thursdays. One day is as good as the next. Like Southwest, you can't book Allegiant fares on sites like Expedia and Orbitz. No middleman means they keep more of the money. Then there's the fees, ancillary passenger revenue. Their average base fare in 2020 was $52.45. Average ancillary air charges, $53.03. That's right, they make more money per passenger on the fees and extras than the actual ticket. And on top of all that, they earned an average of $5.43 on the sale of third-party products, like hotels and car rentals. That's pure profit. Allegiant wants you to book your whole trip with them. That's why they aren't just an airline. They're even building their own resort hotel, Sunseeker Resort, so they can take your entire vacation budget themselves. They own a golf course management company, and recently sold off a chain of family entertainment centers. And Allegiant actually has low costs. Their operating expense per available seat mile is 9.68 cents. Americans, 14.98 cents. So that's how Allegiant is different and so profitable. They spell it all out there for you. No headache required.
It just hurts my head to even think about.
Now on to the actual flight review. I arrived at Chicago Midway and made my way to the A gates. I had paid a total of $56 for this one-way ticket, $11.72 in base fare, and an $18 booking fee that can't be avoided, and $11 to select my seat. The rest were taxes. Using Allegiant's costs from earlier, this 758-mile trip cost them $75. So yeah, I came out ahead on this one. I didn't pay for a carry-on bag or a check bag as I only had a small personal item. If I had brought a bag, that's how they would have gotten me. Nearly every flight at Midway is Southwest, so anything other than an orange 737 stands out like a sore thumb.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Allegiant owns both A319s and A320s, and this A319 started its career in 2005 with EasyJet, before joining Allegiant in 2018. It definitely was showing its age. It was a bit late due to Hurricane Ida messing up the middle of the country. There were multiple social distancing reminders prior to boarding, and they asked that we all download the Allegiant app and link a credit card, as all food and beverage purchases had to be done via the app. I'm sure this section about customer data in the 10K is just a coincidence. The 156 seats are configured in a single class with a wide aisle. They reminded me most of the seats on Spirit, but I found them actually to be more comfortable. Legroom in the standard seats is 31 inches, which, hey, is actually better than American and tied with United, and 17 inches of width. The load was pretty light, though full of plenty of rambunctious children, and we pushed back not that late. There was no delay when taxiing, and we took off without even holding. Flying time was an hour 53 minutes at 39,000 feet. Service? Good one. The cabin crew were very friendly, but of course you don't get anything for free. Looking at the offerings on the app, it's very clear where they make their money. Booze. Allegiant never stopped selling alcohol during the pandemic like most other US airlines did. Why would they? They need to make their ancillary revenue after all, and I'm guessing that the Allegiant clientele enjoys starting their vacations before they arrive at the destination.
I liked beer. I still like beer. Sometimes I had too many beers.
One final interesting find was the policies on photos and videos on board. Most airlines have a policy somewhere, but this one was prominently displayed. So yes, in case you're wondering, this is a personal event. Very personal. I'm just making memories here. Nothing more. Most of the flight was pretty cloudy, and the descent got pretty bumpy. The final approach is also incredibly short, with the aircraft making a 90-degree turn only moments before touching down. Savannah Airport is actually kind of cute, with the flights displayed on an old train-style board and a brick courtyard. Though on my way to the exit, there was a sign of perhaps this route on Allegiant's impending doom. From there, I headed off to the charming waterfront, tasty food, and the trip started off with a bang. So Allegiant. Of course it's not that great, what did you expect? But I don't inherently have an issue with it. I'm all for democratizing flying, both in terms of price as well as serving smaller towns and cities with direct flights. It's this model that Avelo and Breeze seek to replicate, and I wish them well. My problem is when full-service airlines with their higher cost structures try and copy the low-cost model, ripping out service and features without actually lowering prices at all, then having the gall to say that such reductions are actually what customers want.
No. Whoa, what do you mean, no? You wanted this, you did this, this was your idea.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, click that button and please subscribe for many more flight reviews to come. I'll see you next time, where we see what Amtrak is like away from the glamorous Northeast Corridor, not only in the Deep South, but also the Deep Woods.